Hello, everybody. Well, as some of you know, and most of you probably don't, I've been wanting to start my own YouTube page for a while now. Just, the usual excuses. Wanted to get a better camera, wanted to get better sound. But now that I'm finally doing it, I thought I'd start out with one of my earlier videos talking about my blindness. And there's this old YouTube tag going around about being visually impaired. And I thought I would start out with a video talking about that. Alright, there are 10 questions that go with this tag, this VIP tag, or visually impaired person tag. Question number 1. What medical condition caused you to be blind or visually impaired? Well, the medical name for my condition is bilateral proliferative diabetic retinopathy. Yeah, that's a handful. Basically, complications from diabetes. My eyes started growing blood vessels where they didn't belong, and those blood vessels began to bleed inside my eyes. And then, as the bleeding healed, the scar tissue ripped parts of the retina off of the optic nerve, causing retinopathy. Question number 2. Describe your vision in 3 words. Let's see. 3 words. Dark, splotchy mess. Question 3. What's the hardest thing to do being blind or visually impaired? Other than the obvious things like transportation and getting myself around, I think really the hardest thing is communication, actually. I'm not able to see body language or facial expressions, so sometimes when I speak with people, I have to oftentimes just guess at what their mood is. And sometimes that can be challenging, especially with people I don't know very well. So, yeah, that's probably the hardest thing, I think. What's the best part about being blind or visually impaired? I guess the best part is the things that it forced me to do and grow into, like asking for help when I needed it, and I guess giving me patience and things like that. I guess growing my character, really, because I was kind of hot-tempered and impatient before I lost my vision, and since I've really learned to appreciate taking your time and being mindful of others when they don't do things as quickly as you would like. What questions do you get asked most about your vision? I guess typical for people with a visual impairment and not total blindness is people ask me what it is I can see. And really, it's hard to describe because it's a big mess of splotchy, blurry mess. I really don't know how to describe it, but basically, I say I have some light perception and can see some silhouettes. As far as colors, it's more of a grayscale, really. I don't really distinguish colors that well anymore, but I can kind of guess by how dark of gray they are. And sometimes I'm right, most times I'm not. So, all right. Do you have a cane, a guide dog, or neither? Actually, I do use a white cane when I'm traveling out and about and not in my house. It is definitely a great tool, both for mobility and also to let others around me know of my visual impairment. There was a time where I used to try not to carry it around with me, but even though when my vision was a little better and I could navigate somewhat on sidewalks and can distinguish between grass and sidewalk, for example, but other people around me would think there was something wrong with me or something because, yeah, it was not obvious that I had a visual impairment back then. So carrying the cane is something I learned to do, and it's definitely helped. So, what is one piece of advice I would give to someone who has recently lost their vision or is losing their vision? The main thing I'd like to say is technology has made it to where most tasks can be accomplished these days. So don't be discouraged. And if you're still losing your vision, I suggest you start trying to learn that technology now that you have the advantage of using vision and can get your handle on that as soon as possible. I also suggest, if you don't already, learning how to touch type because that ability alone helped me really progress with technology and be able to accomplish a lot of tasks that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. So I would say, yes, I know grief is a hard thing to deal with, but as far as practical advice, I would say try to accomplish as many tasks as you can without use of vision, small little tasks, and yeah, get ahead of yourself and try to learn some of that technology that's out there. A lot of it is already included in your devices these days, so go ahead and get on that. All right. All right, next question is what is one piece of advice I would give a sighted person on interacting with the blind or visually impaired? This is a really hard one because there is a very wide spectrum of people with visual impairments, and there is no really one answer. First, it's best not to assume that they have any cognitive difficulties and to speak directly to the person. Um, some people assume because you're blind you may be deaf. That is very not true. And don't assume they can't see you at all and do rude things and think that they won't notice. And most visually impaired people are nice and won't say anything, but sometimes we'll notice things, or even just, people around will give things away. So, yeah, that's it. Ask questions. Don't be shy to say, hey, did you need some help? But, don't like be pushy and offer help without first asking if it's okay. Because, most blind people have quite a sense of pride and like to do the things they can do on their own by themselves. So that's just it. All right. All right, question number 9. Why did you join YouTube? I guess the main reason I always loved creating content, and even before I lost my vision, thought about one day starting some kind of thing where I would make content to go with in addition to my music, and also to, help the brand and my music career, and in addition, hope to inspire other people with disabilities to continue pursuing their dreams, even if they encounter some obstacles in their life. You can still try to do the things you want to do. So that's the main reasons I joined YouTube. So, and also to become part of the community. So, okay, on to question number 10, which is to find 3 other people to challenge to do the visually impaired tag. And one thing some people don't know about me, I am actually an admin of a group on Facebook that has, I think last I checked, 30,000 members from around the world. It's the Blind and Visually Impaired Support Group. Shout out to the group. You can find us on Facebook groups. And I encourage anybody on there who hasn't started a YouTube video or a YouTube channel to go ahead and start one. Start blogging. And it's my challenge to anybody in that group that hasn't yet. Please start your YouTube and tell your story, because the more of us out there telling our stories, the more we can normalize our status in society and get the rest of the world to treat us as they treat everyone else. That, just because we're blind doesn't mean we're not capable. So, all right, that's it. Thank you all very much, and I hope to be improving my YouTube videos as we go, but this is my first personal vlog style video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think. I'd love to start interacting with people. So, all right, thanks. Thanks for helping me grow the channel. talk to you soon.